Hello. Um, Day two, I guess. We unlocked a bunch of stuff yesterday, namely Power 1 for White Hand, but that's not what I'm going to do today. Today, I'm going to play Red Hand, and we're going to talk about some, I guess you could say, like, Phase 1 fundamentals. I realized that yesterday I just kind of blew through Phase 1, didn't really talk about too much, but I wanted to, you know, kind of go through things, starting with this screen right here. Okay, you might think that this is a pretty simple decision. Normally you'll see like the card booster pack, the stamp pack, and like the dice pack, right? But occasionally you'll see the mystery sack. Mystery sack is the best out of, you know, all of the first rewards that you could find. I would say second being the card booster pack. However, on the Red Hand, because you do start with, what is it, like 8 bottle caps? Yeah, 8 bottle caps that only roll 1 to 2. I would say that the dice is actually okay to take on the Red Hand, but we're just going to take the mystery sack. Square ring is really, really good. Yeah. So the reason why you want to do, we're just going to play normally, you know, whatever. The reason why you want to take the mystery sack is because of the ring value. Getting a ring, even a square ring, something like a card generator right off the bat is kind of incredible. Otherwise, cards getting the ×2 mult, getting the plus value, that can make or break an early game run. The reason why you don't want to take things like dice is for this reason right here, okay? You don't actually need to take this the vast majority of the time, okay? Normally, I just skip. There's really no reason to take any of these ever, almost ever, unless you find something like really, truly amazing. In this case, you have one of the best commons in the game. The D10, this +2 extra value per die on the table is quite good, frankly. So we are going to take that. All right, yeah, seems cracked. Cool. But yeah, so having a 5 hand size plus the D8 or the D10 means every time you play the D10 with 4 other dice, that means you're going to get what? +10 every roll, which is going to add up substantially. That's going to push you through these two early face fights, I guess you could say, pretty easily. Otherwise, Red Hand just doesn't have the energy to score. Okay, so we have 8. What do we want to do? Normally, we would look at packs. We have enough to buy a pack. But what we are going to do instead is we're going to buy this Sudoku, and we're going to buy this magnetic die. The reason being is the Sudoku sort of opens up a pathway, since we did unlock 8-ball in the previous run. The Sudoku adds a pathway to gain some serious multiplier when combined with the 8-ball. It also it goes with D10 pretty well because, one, it's just another die, but the other thing is it shares a lot of faces with it. With the 1 and 2 bottle caps, you're really only getting 2 out of 9. That's not really a very good ratio. The magnetic die is a similar situation. You open up a lot of avenues to, you know, just do stuff with the magnetic die. Mirror box, wind-up die, ancient cube, I believe it's what it's called. All these other dice that you will want to pick up to continue. Normally, the packs are very important to purchase at least one of if you can. But these card booster packs are not necessary because we have the square ring. The square ring is going to be very important here. If I wanted like another really cheap die, it's very easy to just sell a card if you have it. But let's go to the next round. If this was this, if like these were switched, I would 100% change I would sell this to move forward. Right now, I don't need to. We're going to hope that this scores. Well, we have a clone. You know what? Let's actually use the clone. This should be pretty nice. Hopefully get a match. We do. Nice. All right, sweet. Now we have quite a bit of money. We're just gonna send it right on through. See, those are the sorts of things that you need to look out for in these early hands, is just playing some power combos like this. So like, for example, if only Sudoku had shown up and it was just all other bottle caps, I wouldn't play the Sudoku. I would just play some bottle caps, and then hopefully in the last roll, this shows up, right? These three potentially matching. We got very, very lucky with the 1 on Sudoku, but an 8 and a 9, not quite a match. Oh, see, there we go. We can play it a third time, very luckily. Yeah. Another reason why D10 is really good is obviously we got 3 rolls out of it, which is kind of incredible. We're already over the 50 mark, and we're gonna be able to buy that cracked die if we want to. Okay, so another choice here. Again, normally we would skip. This is very remarkable, but this pinata in phase 1, you take it 100% of the time. Even if you don't think you need it, you take it. Okay, so mystery sack, that's a buy. Okay, so we have a plus roll, a silver stamp for a 0, and a ring. What we're gonna do is we're actually gonna take the plus roll, because that's gonna add immediate value to this. Even though we're already over the threshold, that's gonna add some immediate value to this. Yeah, in case we need that extra roll to get a little bit more pips. So we're going to click this, and we're not going to get anything real good here because most of our dice are either plus 10. Oh, they're going to roll over 10. These two are not going to roll over, or sorry, over 6. They're not going to roll over 6 often, but this is 6 out of, you know, it's going to be 1 through 6 and then 6 plus for the other 4. And then this is 3 for the 6 plus for 3 of them of its faces. This is always 6 plus. So yeah, you really want to see 1 and 2 when you're playing red hand early, but I guess we'll just take whatever. It doesn't really matter. Here we don't really need first dime. We don't really need surprise egg because we do have some card generation, which is nice. Do we want to take the auto reward? This is gonna cost 8. If we don't, we're gonna take the auto reward because it is gonna be probably cheaper, because this is a 3 and 1 instead of like a 1 and 2. If it was 1 and 2, or like this one, the first one was 2 and 2, I would have not taken it because I would have probably rolled and gotten it on my first try. But the likelihood that these two or even this rolls a 3 is pretty low, so we're gonna leave it. The other decision to make here is, do we remove any dice or do we reroll? So yeah, we're gonna remove 2. Okay, we're gonna get this up to 32. That's fine. We're gonna reroll exactly 1 time. See if we see anything that we want to take. We see this 2-faced coin. Yeah, we'll take that. There is actually a third thing to consider here. So this takes 100 pips to complete, and we have 400. You're probably wondering, why don't we just spend it on here? Because you can spend this anytime, right? Well, we don't want to do that. We want to exceed this 100 cost, okay? And the reason for that is we want to have the ability to see this skip round button, okay? Because sometimes you're gonna see a double ring take. We didn't obviously, but sometimes you will. So we're gonna take the ring. You always want to take this, even if you're full up of rings. Unless you have nothing you want to ever get rid of ever, you want to take ring rewards. So we're gonna go next. This is all relatively simple. We're gonna especially match these two, but we're gonna bring the Sudoku, even though the Pinata and the Sudoku are not really that good together. We're just gonna send it. So the invert, yeah, that's certainly a card. Nothing that matches here. Didn't even match the Pinata, but the Pinata was like an extra like 100 plus points, so that's nice. We like that. That was like 200 points or so. Let's do that. So we haven't gotten anything to roll with the magnetic die right now. Wow, look at all these ones. Nothing to roll with the magnetic die yet, but we're gonna have to hope. Nice, some matches, extra points. But do you notice how we keep our bag pretty like thin? It's only 10. So we can play this D10 over and over and over and over. We actually have 2, I believe. Did we not buy that second one? Yeah, I believe we did, didn't we? No, maybe not. Anyway, I would have wanted to. Wow, we're getting very lucky with this Sudoku. I'm gonna be honest. This is remarkable. Yeah, again, another time where normally like piggy die don't need it. It's actually okay with the magnetic die, but it doesn't have any long-term legs. Carlos die, probably one of the worst dice in the game. I'll be honest. It's, ooh, buddy, that's real bad. But the porcelain figure, it's really good. You take it because you're gonna play it once. You're gonna get the good value out of it. It's gonna break and it's gonna free up your, your bag space here. Aura ring, solid. We'll take that. Bigger dice radius. We can think about looking for more dice radius, or dice radius dice. Buy up this. There, see? A mirror cube. All right. So do we take the mirror cube? I think we do because we have this Sudoku. Yeah, because the other option is the golden die. The golden die is really good, but the mirror cube is kind of incredible. Let's sell this, and we'll sell this, and we'll buy this card back. Reason being is we want to keep a slot open because we still have the square ring. Clone, yeah. Let's take the clone. Okay, so we have 1.38k. We're not gonna buy the cracked die yet. We will buy it eventually, but we don't want to buy it yet. So we're only going to phase 3. So let's remove another bottle cap, maybe 2. So we're very, very lean. Still only 10. We're gonna re-roll. Bottle of caps. Bottle of caps can be really good, but it's not gonna be what we want. All right, so we're gonna sort of lean into this magnetic situation we've got going on. We'll re-roll again. Wow, another Sudoku and a D7. Okay, so let's actually pick up the D7 and this. Roll isn't doing a lot for us anymore. We'll take the reroll, especially since we're going into the ring reward. And then I think we're gonna just go because we are basically full on cards. We have a lot of dice. We could probably get rid of more dice, but only one more because it's starting to get expensive. So let's go into our dice, our ring reward, and look at that. Okay, wow, this is wow, this is an incredible set of rings. Okay, so how do we make this choice? This is a really, really difficult choice. So we have haste ring, we have wedding ring, and we have a gilded developer. Normally gilded developer is absolutely bonkers insane on Red Hand if you have made very little money and have kept all of your bottle caps. Unfortunately, we have basically gotten rid of all of our bottle caps. We only have 3. So we don't really want to take this developer right now because of the other 2 options. Wedding ring is genuinely the best common in the game. It is like bar none, hands down, insane ring. You can't go wrong taking the wedding ring. Unless the haste ring is right there. If you get an early haste ring, like literally one of the first rings that you can pick up, like this is a win. This is a potentially win more ring. So we're gonna take the haste ring. That's really as simple as it gets. Is we're gonna get that and try and give me my golden chest, man. Thank you. All right, 2 golden chests coming up, and then the even. So what we're gonna do is we're going to wow, we got another invert. I really want to get this mirror cube up and running. So we're gonna, the wind up die, I can kind of, well, you know, let's take it, or let's throw it. I don't know. This is probably not going to do a lot. I regret kind of selling that roll plus roll card, but it's okay. So we're gonna just send that. Nice. We got a match, a little extra. Cool. We don't really need to spend any more than that because that's a 0.4 plus 0.4. We'll just haste, throw that through. These are not useful. None of these are useful. Highest value, we don't have any high scores. like a D100 or a D666 or anything high scoring like that. Foam die, we don't have a foam build. This is something that can work if you get it early, or if you are playing like green hand or something like that. You bring a foam die and a pyramid, and suddenly you can just burn through all your dice. Piggy die, we do have a magnet build, so there's potential here, but like I said before, I don't think that this really has like legs to really go very far. I'm sure somebody has done it because it's like kind of a mini, what's it called, like pinata, if you have enough, like if you have 2 magnets and you spend them together. But I'm just gonna skip because I don't want to clog up my inventory. Equity is fine. A lot of people like this. It enables some builds. It's fine. So we're gonna sell this. We're gonna sell this. We're gonna take the plus roll. We're gonna buy these packs. Another mirror cube. Interesting. Yeah. I kind of want to take this peanut, but we're gonna take the mirror cube. We buy these just in case. Nothing here that we want. First time, same as before. Piggy die, same as before. We don't really need the D20. Like the first run, we bought 2 D20s because we didn't have anything that could really score very high. So yeah, we're gonna buy this occult die, and that's gonna be our money. We still have enough to cover this 350 if we decide to skip, but we don't really want to skip. Man, I want to buy this reroll and this enchant, but I'm not going to. I don't really need to do anything else, so let's continue. Yeah, see, it's just cards. We do generally want to go to these because we have the haste die, so it's not really that important. Okay. So, let's do this. We will spend oh, hey, we got a reroll card. That's nice. We'll send this. Okay, we got some charge. We still have this porcelain. That's nice. But we don't really need anything else. So we're just gonna skip rolls. Plus 0.5. So this is already almost a ×2 multiplier. And we're gonna go into phase 2 like that. Wind up die, we already have one. We could take many, but I don't think we want to take many. We kind of just want to move on. Jacks. I'm kind of disenchanted with Jacks. I know that with equity, it's really good if you buy a lot of them. And we have equity. But I don't really want to... it's not... Like, I've done a Jacks build, and it's just not great. Odd die is just... It's useful on something like bicolor. But for us right now, not so good. Hey, that's really good. That's really solid. A dice box. Or a dice box. Oh my god, ring box. Wedding ring, that's a no-brainer take. Sports band is alright because we have a D10. Smiley metal is alright on, bottle caps and the 2-face coin, any 1 or 2, because it's a 50% chance to add it. That's as good as it's gonna get for the smiley metal. But we don't have that many of them, so we're just gonna take the best common ring you can find. Lucky block. Lucky block is definitely good, but it's not that good. So if we had something like time die, I would advocate for taking lucky block, but let's just keep going. Do we want a pyramid? Maybe. Yeah, let's take a pyramid. Our bag is starting to get big. Big as in 16, it's fine. Yeah, let's go next. Maybe a D7? No, let's go next. All right, even is kind of an annoying boss because it can do some dumb stuff in that, like, you could just lose by getting unlucky, But we're gonna do our best to not do that. Let's play a combo here. Let's see. I do want to bring all this, but let's actually save the pyramid, even though I really want to get the pyramid value. We'll do this because we're gonna summon some stuff with wind up die. And then we've got 2 big auras that should hit everything. Which kind of means that we don't need to bring the magnetic die. So let's roll this and hope we get some even stuff. We didn't get anything even. Almost. 150 is not great, but it's not the worst thing that could have happened. Yeah. A little bit extra, a little bit extra. All right. Okay, so we can auto send this, but it's not really doing much for us. Wow, that's Well, you know what? Let's see here. Is this crazy? Yeah, it's a little crazy. Wow. This is kind of crummy. I'll be honest. This is not great for us. Yeah, that's really bad. That's really bad. We're just gonna have to. We didn't bring any cards that were really solid, so that's honestly on me. I really thought that I was gonna have enough stuff. This might be a loss, and this is just how it goes, you know. Wow. That's we can I guess we can multiply the Sudoku, bring 2 of them. This might just be it, but I think this is like, honestly, this is an amazing setup. So let's just roll it and see what happens. Yeah, not great. Okay, cool. Thank you. Question from a loser. All right, so we lost a round, unlocked some other stuff. That's fine. I'm not mad about this. So this is genuinely an amazing start to a game. Like a red hand run is really good. 2 mirror boxes, 2 Sudokus, some magnets, some miscellaneous other stuff, the D10. I can see things like an 8-ball being in the future. I can see things like a 1 ring, which I don't know if we actually even unlocked. Anything like that, you know, that will go together with this really well. But I would say that this showcased an exceptional phase 1 gameplay. I just got really unlucky with the even. I could have prepared better by taking better cards. I could have saved my money and like sort of gone better digging for ×2 or, you know, like stuff to win with that. You could say like, oh, you had some invert cards that you sold, why didn't you keep those? The problem with invert cards is that they're only good if you have like a run that only skews odd. You know, it only rolls odd and you need to roll even, and you can use the invert card, which is very, very, very rare. Whereas like having multiple times where everything rolls a 1 when you need a 2 is just straight unlucky. There was 2 of my rolls that you saw that I rolled multiple, like literally 4 things had a 1, and they multiplied with the Sudoku, but everything inevitably scored 0 because it was not even. So it's honestly, it's down to bad luck. I could have done some better prepping with the cards, but I didn't. So yeah, that's technically a loss, but we unlocked some other stuff. We'll be back later and I will probably win another run. All right, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Goodbye.